Don't look now and nobody freak out. But the set that was heralded as possibly the best Magic the Gathering set of all time, Modern Horizons 3, is currently tanking. The prices on the secondary market are rapidly falling, and tanking might be a bit of YouTube hyperbole, but the prices are definitely going down. I want to talk about why this is happening. If everyone is buying up this product and everyone seems to enjoy it, why the price is going down so quickly. Furthermore, did fans like you and I, who spent our hard-earned money on this set when it came out, did we get burned, or is there a light at the end of the tunnel? I'm going to cover it all today, and if you like conversations like this, any of these topics, or are just having a little fun on the old internet, make sure you click that subscribe button, because for a small channel like mine, every click of that button really helps. All right, let's talk some MH3. I feel like I have to do a disclaimer here at the beginning of this video. I am a big fan of Modern Horizons 3, and I am very surprised to see the prices where they are currently, especially when you consider something like the Collector Booster Box. But we're going to evaluate all of the products that were released. We're going to kind of touch on each of them quickly, talk about their values, where they've gone, what it means for the future. But before we could do that, we have to remind everyone, none of this is financial advice. I'm just a guy who loves Magic the Gathering, collects a bunch of products, plays a bunch of games, and makes YouTube videos in his basement. So don't go and spend your life savings based on anything what I say. Just let me tell you what I'm doing with my money. And MH3 was a bit of surprise to me, I'll admit. I'm going to head over to cardboardfinance.com, the application built by me for this channel, for all of the fans out there, supported by the channel members for $5 a month when you click below. And you see that MH3 is, well, it's wildly successful from a number of boxes sold standpoint. For those who have followed the channel for some time, they will recognize that this graph is unique. And for those who haven't, it's important to note that trading card game releases go pretty much like this. When they come out, everything sells and there's a ton of sales. And as they move on and we get another release, or we move past that initial release week, 2 weeks, whatever it might be, we see sales dwindle to almost zero. But Modern Horizons 3 clearly is not that product. And surprisingly enough, it's led by the Play Booster Box. And I, for one, am someone that didn't want Commander in Modern Horizons 3. And no, I'm not just a hater. I just don't like spoon-feeding Commander players exactly what they have to play at any given moment. So the Play Booster Box leading the way is something I didn't necessarily see coming, but I'm happy to see happen. But the price of the Play Booster Box is a bit, let's not call it concerning, but it's surprising. As we see those numbers and the number of product being sold through and how fans like you and I are going to TCG Player and spending our money, we do see the price of that product fall drastically. And while we have seemed to have hit a floor, I believe that Wizards of the Coast have taken a very simple model when it comes to the Play Booster Box. And I have one right here because I have a bunch on my shelf behind me. I really believe that this product is meant to be the tentpole out-of-the-box limited play experience of the year. And because of that, it is in Wizards' best interest to have this thing on shelves for players to crack, for players to play, for players to just have fun with for a long time. Looking no farther than Modern Horizons 2, we have seen an actual example of this. Modern Horizons 2 set booster boxes went through a short-term pump, and then poof! The illusion was shattered when more of the boxes were always available, as it was in Wizards' best interest to have the product on the shelves. I know that that's just absolutely crazy. I do believe the Play Booster boxes are actually in for a couple more price dips before we see any amount of, upward traction. And for that, I think it might be a cool time if you missed out on the set, if you want to go buy and play Modern Horizons 3 Limited or crack some packs, you might be looking at some good times ahead. I know I'll be watching the price to see if maybe I can pick up some more just for fun with me and my friends. But the Collector Booster Box is a bit of a shocker. Now, the Collector Booster Box on TCG Player currently available for around $370 before shipping, or well, including shipping, but before taxes, fees, all that fun stuff. But $370 is a bit of a downward trend. We see, if we expand, the TCG Player graph here, this downward pressure, and if we again head over to cardboardfinance.com, we see similar downward pressure, but with a more updated sale total for averages based on month. And I did not think this product was going to get this low. And I will say this, This happened similarly with Modern Horizons 2. The difference is the Commander. The direct-to-Commander cards I thought would change this trend. But as we watch this product, we do seem to be living in a very similar world to MH2 when it comes to the Collector Booster Box. And that's not a bad thing. I want you to think about this for a second. The products the cards available in this box, they are staples in multiple formats. They are tons of fun to play. The collectability and the bling out your deck ability, which people often, when I say collectability, they forget like blinging out your deck is kind of a part of collectability. That factor is very high. Plus the value of the hyper chase cards, the serialized cards, which are super rare in the product, is through the roof. It is a really good product to open, and I think it goes really well long term. But again, there's probably a scenario where Wizards of the Coast printed a ton of these because it is the tentpole set of the year and needs to be readily available. And to avoid the panic meter even further, Lord of the Rings, some of the best products and best performing and highest valued products that ever came out, experienced similar dips in price over the time of their existence. I expect the MH3 Collector Booster Box to actually do extremely well. And there is one big marker. If you stuck around to the video right here, let me know in the comment section below, because you get the secret sauce. You get a little bit of how I can evaluate a Magic the Gathering set, because it all comes out at the same time and all ties us, that emotional, that care factor in together. The big positivity, the thing I'm looking at that represents the most upside for Modern Horizons 3, is that Commander product that, well, frankly, I wasn't high on. Looking at the Commander deck set, this is a flagship product for any release that has a 4-deck set. I will have a conversation with anybody who wants to. Duran, I owe you a response to the channel member Duran in the comment section of the video that you commented on. I love the 4-deck Commander sets because they represent the ability to go to the store and play with those cards. It shows me how interested people are in playing with the cards that come out. It's a major factor in Magic, which is the most played TCG, and the stability of this product is, I don't want to say heartwarming, but it does evoke a great deal of confidence in this product when it comes to how I look at Magic the Gathering sets. People are still going and buying full deck sets from their game store. They are still playing the game, and there is still an extremely valuable Commander deck that is selling in great numbers when you look at the breakdown of Commander decks, like mainly the Eldrazi Incursion, even the Creative Energy to an extent, right? These decks represent a lot of fun that can be had, a lot of value that you can pull out of these boxes, and that health, to me, is something that can be looked at as, okay, the product isn't dead. We don't dislike the cards. Everyone doesn't just hate Modern Horizons 3. They're either A, super adverse to the price, which I know, it's expensive. I wish booster boxes were $100 too. I am a regular consumer that spends their hard-earned money on Magic the Gathering. I don't own a game store. I don't do any of that craziness. I don't even have a TCG Player seller account. But I will say that we showed Wizards of the Coast that we will pay for these boxes when they come out at their current price. So I don't think the cost of the MH3 box on release was the issue. Something like Commander Masters, if you take any time and poke around cardboardfinance.com, you'll see Commander Masters came out to, well, less than fanfare, and it continued to sell in even greater numbers as the price went down, showing me that while we may have loved the product, the only problem was the price. All in all, I think Modern Horizons 3 is in an extremely healthy position. I actually am really high. If you care about the value of a box, I think this booster box right here, the Modern Horizons 3 Collector Booster Box, is going to go down as one of the better collector booster boxes in the history, or in this little brick of history of Magic the Gathering. Modern history and modern Magic from the 2022s to the 2025s, whatever it might be, however we want to define this era. I think that's going to be an incredible booster box. I love it for all the reasons I outlined before, and most importantly, I really think the cards are worth playing. It's the most important thing for Magic the Gathering. But I really want to hear from each and every one of you. And I know whenever I ask this question, you can always check the comment section below, and there's always a couple of people that ask the same question. What's that application you're using? It's Cardboard Finance. It's funded by me and the channel members here. You can help support that by clicking the channel membership button below. Where are you seeing all this data? Well, we're pulling this data from TCG Player. How long have you been in the industry? I've been doing Magic the Gathering card games for like 20 years now. So I've been around the moon, as they say, or around the sun, and watched the moon a couple times. And I got I would say a pretty decent feel for this, but things like this little drop in price always seem to surprise me, and in my opinion, they're always worth talking about. I hope you guys had some fun today. I hope you decided, you know, whether if you like the channel, the 80% of you that watch and aren't subbed, you hit that button. And if you got some Modern Horizons 3, I hope you are as bright on the future as I am, because I think this product is going to age extremely well, and I am happy to have a bunch of it on my shelf, whether to crack one day or play with friends or whatever may have you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure you check out this video that I'll link down here. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh, and we'll see you around. All right, goodbye.